There's this guy named Mark Bradford who was on Kotaku recently. Well, he wasn't on it, he was featured in Kotaku. What he had done was went to a 13-year-old kid's house and choked him during a Call of Duty match. Well, due to a Call of Duty match. This guy is 46 years old, he has 3 kids, and he's unemployed. Apparently what happened is the kid had pissed him off in the game. They live in the same neighborhood. They've seen each other plenty of times. So he knew where the kid lived. He knew who the kid was. It's not like, oh, he hacked into Xbox Live and then decided to track this kid down and choke him. The kid's alright, though. The kid is alright. Apparently what happened is the guy knocked on the door. He made a little joke, and then he just grabbed the kid's neck and just started strangling him. The kid's mother pried him off, and now the guy is awaiting his trial. And the funny thing is, there are people that are actually rooting for this guy. Wow. I mean, that's actually pretty psychotic. This man is 46, has mental illness problems, and you're rooting for it. It's unbelievable, really, for the fact that this guy snapped. I mean, we don't know what the kid had said, but what the mother had actually said is that if you can't stand losing to a little kid on a game, then you shouldn't be playing the game at all. The mother's 33, so she was 20 years old when she had him and had her son. So this is kind of going in that she's in that time frame where she wants the government to watch her kids, and because she doesn't want to raise that, that's that generation of parents that say, oh, let the government raise my kids. I don't want to have anything to do with them, that type of parenting. But that's beside, because that proves that the reason why I say that is because she's letting her 13-year-old son play Call of Duty, which is rated M. So she knowingly bought this game for her kid. So a lot of people are actually blaming the mother as the reason for this. And I actually somewhat agree with that. I do agree that it is the mother's fault for buying the kid this game. First of all, it says 17 or older. Her kid's 4 years younger than that. Obviously, she doesn't give a shit. 2, where was she? If you're going to get your kid an M-rated game, you should be sitting in the room with the kid watching them play this game. And obviously, this kid probably either has it in the Xbox in his room or in the living room. So the mother has to be aware of what's going on. She has to know that he's playing the game. She can't just either that or she's turning a deaf ear to it, because probably this kid's yelling, screaming, going, yeah, woo, I smoked your ass. I don't know, I don't play Call of Duty. But it's just amazing that, well, what's going to happen is that that the media, whenever this hits the news, if it's already hit the news, I haven't watched anything all day. When this hits major news networks, they're going to blame the video game first. They're going to say that the video game caused this guy to be extremely violent and therefore made him choke this kid. Because that's usually the usual escape. I think that the guy, this Mark Bradford, he did halfway the right thing. I say halfway the right thing. When he knocked on the door, he knocked on the door, but he should have stopped before he put his hands around this kid's neck. He should have said, because the kid is the one who answered the door, he should have said, I want to talk to your mother, and then tell the mother what this kid's been saying on the internet. Oh, on Xbox Live, I'm sorry. But I will tell you one thing, that kid is probably never going to trash talk ever again, because that, I mean, come on, this 46-year-old guy shows up at your door and is choking you. And I'll show you a picture of what this guy looks like. He looks like he's sick in the head. But yeah, that's that little piece of news for today. I thought it was an actually pretty interesting story, how people are actually rooting for the guy who choked this kid. I guess there's a lot of people on Xbox Live that hate... Excuse me, I just drank a humongous bottle of soda. I guess there's a whole bunch of people on Xbox Live that hate these trash-talking little kids. I mean, I don't really play that many online games except for World of Warcraft, and I don't really play any multiplayer games on Steam or anything like that. But I can imagine that it gets extremely irritating. On another piece of news, in addition to doing the retro replay, I'm going to be adding a new show called Cellphone Gaming. It's all about games on the iPhone. But if the game is also on Android or Windows Phone Mobile, I will mention that. So that's all for the update. Just a little bit of a rant on that story that I saw, and an update of a new show that I'm going to be bringing in a week or two. Okay.